Hey harmonizers, welcome to this exciting video where I'm starting to get Cadbury ready to put a saddle on and get to that place where maybe we'll get to riding pretty soon, but we'll see how it goes. And Cadbury is a Mustang that I've had for a couple months now, but things have been a little bit slower than usual because I was super big pregnant while carrying a baby for my sister-in-law that I was a surrogate for. And then I had the emergency C-section, but now I'm getting back into working with the horses because I'm cleared by the doctor to be able to start doing things again. So he's getting more attention than just bringing him in for food. And we're starting with all of these skills again. And I really like to create what I call positive associations, where I do things to you and I want him to have good thoughts, good feelings. And so I'm starting to do these hugs. And so although he's a little Mustang, it makes it a little easier to do some of the things that I'm working on right here with him, where I'm rubbing him on the side and I'm hugging his belly. And so I'm starting to give him that sensation of me reaching over his back and seeing me from both sides. And what's interesting about him is he's totally fine about me being on his left side and seeing me on his right side. But then when I come over on his right side, he's happy to have me there, but he doesn't clue in, or he's a little bit nervous about seeing me out of that left eye just like that. Like there you can see he backs up. And so I'll just kind of turn him, and then it's a little tricky because I'm trying to keep him pointed at the camera so that way you guys can see what's happening, but I'm also wanting to kind of follow with Cadbury where he's at, and I'm essentially just trying to give him a cookie from the opposite side. And there you can see he had like a little startle. And so whenever you're upset about anything in general, you tend to be a little bit more reactive. Like imagine if you're watching a super scary movie and then your cell phone rings in your pocket when you weren't expecting it. You might actually jump and startle, even though you're not actually scared of your cell phone ringing. But if your body's already amped up on adrenaline a little bit, then other things are going to bother you and trigger you, which is essentially what happened to him there when he had that little startle. And so here I'm just trying to pet him, stroke him, trying to cause him to look for the cookie on the other side. And I do this because whenever I go to start riding horses, I don't want to sneak up on their back. I don't want to all of a sudden appear on their back and then go for a rodeo bronking ride. To me, that is not a great way to start horses. I know it's very exciting and can definitely be more entertaining videos to watch, but that's not what I'm all about. For me, my training is very slow, very boring, very repetitive, and I'm trying to create this association for him where I'm on or around his back, putting pressure on his back. My body is literally touching his sides. And so he's realizing that when I'm back in that posture, I'm back in that space, that you get cookies. And so why not start to enjoy me being back in that area and doing something a little bit different and trusting me to touch those areas. And the food helps speed up the training a little bit, which is helpful. I like it because it gets him licking and chewing. I like it because it's happy for him to do. And then also it's a plus for me because I definitely keep busy with my own little kiddos at home, and it's spring farm life, which is crazy on the farm because there's all sorts of spring cleanup work to do because we can't muck the fields in the winter time because everything's too frozen. So there's all the stuff we can clean and move. There's all the gardening. There's plus like the kids to look after and all the things that have to be done still, plus all the spring stuff. So if I can train a little bit faster, but just simply by offering a reward, then to me that's a perk to have for sure. Plus, he's just a happier horse for having that. Makes it a good opportunity for him to learn. And so you can see he's struggling with me on that right side. And so you might think it's because he's not confident with me on the right, but it actually stems more from him being unsure when he sees me on his left eye. And that's kind of how he was when I was starting to gentle him in general. He tended to be different right from left. And so here he actually gets the cookie. I'm standing on the right side and he actually gets the cookie on the left. So that's pretty exciting. And often when I do that, they can learn pretty quickly. So here I go to the other side and he's like, yep, this side totally easy. I can reach around with my right eye facing your hand and that's okay. And I'm like, all right, so we're on a groove. It's going to be okay coming over on this right side. And now it's his left eye that has to turn and look. And he's like, no, wait, I forgot how that's going. And he's looking there to get the cookie on the right side. And the reason why I want him to bend to the left and take the cookie with his left eye going is because then it gets him better set up for when I go to get on for riding, and also make sure that he's completely okay with that right left of following me over in that direction, seeing me out of that side, letting me disappear from the other side, because when he bends right around to the left there, then I kind of disappear out of his frame of vision on the right eye. And so it's all of these little things that if I can expose him to more of the types of things he'll have when it gets to riding time, then we're more likely to have a really calm first ride where he's trusting, he's already built up awareness of these different scenarios. And you might be thinking, like, he's not that spooky. Well, he just did a little spook there just because I moved differently and had the rope differently. And I'll show you also, I'll put the rope on the ground and I'll show you a little bit of him being unsure about that. And they can have their really calm moments, but at the same time, we still have to overcome a lot of these flighty, fearful tendencies because he was a wild horse. He literally had to fear for his life and being eaten. He had to be on hyper alert and awareness because there were real challenges. And even if it wasn't going to be eaten by some predator, which does happen to some wild herds, there's like mountain lions and cougars and stuff that eat them, but also other stallions, because Cadbury is a gelding now, which means he was a stallion out in the wild, and they fight hard to be with a herd. Stallions go into epic battles. There's pictures of some stallions that have lost an ear and have like huge scars and can have blood dripping down their legs from just how it goes out in the wild. So he had a lot to look out for, and now he's got to learn that it's okay. So this is him a little bit with his rope. Not the greatest footage, but you can see him being a little bit flighty and being a little bit unsure, but he comes over to me for some safety and reassurance, which is great. So he's learning that, okay, like this isn't a real snake. It's not going to eat me. I apologize. It's not the best video footage because I'm holding the phone myself as I'm just kind of showing, but it's all about just letting him experience that things happen, things are okay. And here's just a little clip of him out in the field enjoying the grass with his buddies. Now that it's springtime, there's a lot. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe and check out harmonyhorsemanship.com for even more learning.